This is Star Wars Black Series Kylo Ren. This is the masked version. So beneath that black soft goods material is a rubber coat or cloak. And on the headpiece, we also have additional rubber material, that scarf, which actually impedes the articulation points of the action figures. So in this video, we're going to try to make this a nicely articulating action figure. So as for the details of the lightsaber of this version of the Kylo Ren figure from Black Series, so that is the details. And the details on the blade. So instead of having two separate pieces, a separate blade and separate handle or hilt, I just glued it in right now. So it's just one piece that could be displayed with the action figure. Anyway, we don't have any storage system on this figure for the lightsaber hilt. Okay, so materials that we've taken off the action figure. So let's lift up the robe. So this used to have a really long plastic robe, so I took off some of those materials, including the back skirt. So back skirt, where's that very big material? Yep. So we also took out the head unit or the head sculpt, so we could get rid of this and possibly replace it with another material, so it's going to really work with the head sculpt or the helmet. So we have the head unit back on the action figure. So we have a lot of articulation points actually. So with this piece gun, we have a lot of articulation points, and we're free to add additional material to this. So we're going to add an additional cape, and we're going to repair this section of the soft goods robe, and we'll find a way how to really make that hood sit nice on the head of the action figure at all times, or possibly even if it's down that way. So let's see. Okay, so we already repaired this section of the soft goods robe of the figure. So yep, better find this before it pokes me in the hand. Okay, so we're going to work our way now to securing the hood as nice to the head of the figure as possible. So it's going to complement the figure instead of work against it. Okay, so we're done sewing the hood to the rest of the coat or the cloak or whatever it is. So I just had to adjust with the material so the hood would sit nicely on top of that helmet, and at the same time provide articulation. Now if I was to really close this hood up this way, really so tightly around the edges, it's going to be really hard to articulate the head. So I had to provide at least an opening for the hood, for the helmet I mean, to articulate the helmet. And at the same time I could do this, put down the hood this way to expose the head or the helmet. Okay, so final product. So we added a cape to this Kylo Ren figure. So nothing really fancy, loose materials that I already have in my accessories bin. So some that I take out of figures and then just reserve for possible future purpose. So yeah. So this material I just sewed on these portions, just the ends, and attached it to the hood and the shoulder coat material. So it's going to really stick to it, and at the same time reinforced it with a little bit of just a dab of super glue so the thread won't be sticking out. So There we go. We have a new action figure of something that we already have in our collection, an updated version. So let's do a 360 view of the action figure. Love that hood, how it really sits well on top of the head, complements the helmet and the rest of the soft goods material. And because we shaved off a lot of plastic material of the action figure, this action figure now could articulate better instead of having a very constricted head and very constricted legs. So this much material of the action figure, and this is our result. So do we need to buy another action figure, possibly a more expensive one? No, you just need to really study the figures that we have in our collection and think of ways to really improve the build and of course the quality. So we're ready to pose this action figure with who else but Rey Palpatine. So since I was talking about articulation points, let's check out the articulation points on the head. So I don't have my blue gloves on, so last blue gloves and it's already torn. Anyway, so left and right motion, head tilts looking up, head tilts looking down, and of course you could put that hood down to expose the head. Now let's check out the articulation on the waistline. So we could move this freely up and do a crouching pose like this. And we could, since we don't have any more rubber materials on the leg to hinder articulation, we could move those legs up sideways. But for poses like this, it is now very possible. But before we took off the rubber materials, it was just not possible with this action figure. So it was more of a statue before I did the modifications. Okay, so let's find center. And I hope the figure holds its pose that way. Okay, and let's dial in on the action figure. Okay, so as for articulation points, really improved. And with the addition of the cape instead of having this, so that is a better thing on the action figure. So loving the look more of Kylo Ren this way. So let's yeah, something like that. So it's going to improve overall display quality. So if you like this review or video, like, comment and subscribe to help me grow my channel, and see you on the next action figure or custom action figure review.